Ah, yes, we're still stuck here. I remember now. Hello.
You haven't slept at all. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm just dandy, thank you.
This place seems even more perilous than we first thought.
I'm just great. I just realized I can't even see you, Yanfei. There you go.
Don't worry about me. Staying focused under pressure for as long as it takes is my specialty.
I still say she sounds like Beta. I can't believe they found a voice actress with such a similar voice.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, looks like you've got some new ideas.
Who? Me? Do I?
How could you tell?
Oh, you're not even talking to me? You two are talking to each other? This is just awkward.
It's my job to keep tabs on people.
I figured as much. They're just preliminary ideas at this point, but I haven't completely thought them through yet. I'll tell you more once my ideas have taken shape.
Why are you guys standing like over ankle deep in water when there's a perfectly good wooden slab here that would keep your feet out of the water? Better yet, get higher.
Sure, sounds good.
You
I also
people
have
are
some
weird.
ideas of my own. I'll fill you in after I've confirmed
Who
some
wants
things.
squelchy shoes? Ew. Seems like a productive conversation. It really didn't, actually. No one came to any conclusions.
You think so?
No, again, you guys just chatted about having some ideas, but they're not fully thought out, so you haven't really been productive at
As
all.
they say, two heads are always better than one.
Depends on the other head. Because that is debatable.
It's hard to believe what we've encountered.
I don't really care, but sure about the door.
Well, I suppose there's no use hiding it anymore now that everyone's seen it. What you all saw really was my biggest fear. I never want to become a shrine maiden. Who could tolerate such a boring life?
Please don't take this the wrong way, Shinobu. But I really don't care that that's your biggest fear. Like, everyone's got a big fear. It's great that that's yours. That's cool. I don't hold it against you. I don't know why you're making this into an issue.
After these last few years with the Arataki gang, I suppose you could say I've seen it all. It's taken every skill in my arsenal to constantly clean up the messes.
Having seen them, I completely understand.
Though the list of annoying things to deal with is practically endless, I am totally free in the Arataki gang.
There's got to be more members of the Arataki gang than the 3, now 4 people that we've seen who are in it. Because we keep seeing the other henchmen dudes, the same guys every time. And now we've got her, but surely there are more people in it. Otherwise it's not really a gang, is it? Oh god, look at the little bully still doing his butt dance.
Strolling around the streets, roasting lavender melons with friends in the open country. I know it sounds pretty silly, but that's the life that I want.
I mean, I wouldn't say it sounds silly, it sounds simple, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't laugh at me, okay? Otherwise, you might find yourself on the receiving end of a good beating.
To be honest, I'd have to care more to laugh. I'd really... You do you, dude. Look at his little butt wiggle.
Ushi, you sure you can't find a way back to that door again?
What the hell's wrong with Paimon? She seems to be suffering, so... Finally. Oh, where do we go from here? You know, that
that's
musical
the big
episode of
question.
Buffy was great.
Gotta be honest, I have no idea.
Well, Ushi has something to say about it.
Oh, come on, don't get mad at me. I'm just being real here. I did think about just using my Oni super strength to dig our way out, but the rocks here are even tougher than prison walls.
Not to mention, that would take a very long time.
The rocks didn't even budge when Ushi charged him. It's pretty obvious this place is meant to keep us in here.
Well, it's doing a very good job.
The only thing I can do now is, well, take care of this exhausted little lavender melon.
Which is so sweet of you. Not you, Paimon.
Yeah, I know. You're helping too.
No,
Ushi.
Ushi's helping. Do I actually have to chat to Paimon?
By the way, Traveler, if you have a moment, could you do me a favor? I'd like to discuss something with you.
Are you talking in my
Come
head?
meet me over there.
Dude, there's no way I could hear you at that volume from where I'm standing.
Not to worry, I'll simply send someone to fetch it.
Come and talk to her.
As soon as I remember
Come on.
what it was.
You're still standing in the water. You guys are silly.
You haven't slept at all.
Don't
Wait,
worry
what?
about now.
What? What?
It's
What?
my job.
I figured
Oh,
as
you're supposed to have gone
I
somewhere
also
else.
have some
My
ideas of
bad.
my own.
as they say.
I guess we're supposed to meet up here. So she disappears in 2 places. Oh, we do that. Fair enough.
Thanks for coming to speak with me, Traveler.
I mean, it's not like I had anything else pressing.
I've been thinking about this place. Since we still don't know just what kind of danger we're up against, we can't afford to delay any longer. We have to find the Conqueror of Demons as soon as possible.
Wasn't that always the point? Why are you suddenly going at it with renewed zeal when that was always the point? That's just what I was thinking.
Don't you think it's a strange coincidence that as soon as you told us about the Conqueror of Demons, we heard his voice in that place?
Not particularly.
It almost seems deliberate. As if something was trying to convince us that the Conqueror of Demons was there in order to lure us into the unknown. I have a theory, but I can't tell the others just yet. I don't want anyone to panic.
Again, Buffy musical. I don't know why I have it on the mind. I haven't watched it in years. I don't need to watch Buffy again. It's too time consuming.
Judging from the Conqueror of Demons' reactions, I think that he was somewhere else, but his voice and image were projected to our location.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Yanfei. That was already my conclusion, but hey, you sound genius.
Is it possible that we've entered into a chaotic space?
Please explain.
We're seeing things in people that shouldn't be here, even ghosts. And we don't feel hungry because the state of our bodies is suspended. It's as if time itself has stopped for us.
That's great, but why are you... Again, you're making this big, profound statement. Time itself has stopped for us. Did we not come to this conclusion previously? Like, this is not news at this point.
If that's true, it means we've entered into a place where normal logic doesn't apply.
Also, not a new realization.
When you put it all together, everything points towards one possibility. This is a place where time and space are thrown into chaos.
Again, not really some great revelation, Yanfei. So when we saw him at the main entrance, he didn't really go the same way as us. Well, I could have said that already.
And yet, if it's truly chaotic, how did we find our friend's voice even when we had no idea where he was? It doesn't make any sense, unless this space wanted us to hear it. Which brings me to my next point. I also have a theory about our encounter with the Conqueror of Demons earlier. I submit that we didn't actually see the Conqueror of Demons. He was somewhere else. But his status was transmitted to us through some kind of mind-bending spatial alteration.
Again, already came to that conclusion. Not sure why it's some big statement now.
Traveler, you said you saw the abyss in that room, didn't you? At first glance, that door may seem like a prank. It shows you whatever you're afraid of, but if it manages to lure you inside...
How is that a prank? Something shows you what you are most afraid of, what you fear deep in the core of your being, and you say it may seem like a prank? I know.
There's no way of knowing what might be in there. 1 minute, it's playing a joke to get you to lower your guard. The next, the danger is real, and it's trapped you.
Let me guess, the answer is for everybody to walk through the door together, because that's what I would have done from the first, but nobody else seemed inclined.
This space is a powerful opponent. It wants to use our minds against us. But I'm not gonna sit here and do nothing. Do you remember that small spatial rift next to the dissolving ground?
Jesus, vaguely, it was days ago.
It felt like spatial magic, but it seemed much more powerful than usual. When we saw that illusion of the Conqueror of Demons, it seemed like he wasn't expecting our spaces to intersect at all, and was even more surprised that we could hear and see him. I think that this space purposefully transmitted the Conqueror of Demons' voice to lure us into a trap.
Again, hardly surprising. It wants to keep us here.
But I also think it didn't count on that spatial rift happening. In other words, the fact that we saw and spoke with the Conqueror of Demons was never part of its plan.
That's why we were interrupted.
Yes. Also, I had a good look around after coming back. I have a feeling that these chaotic spaces are constantly intersecting with each other, meaning that anything is possible.
I have to say, this entire conversation feels pretty pointless.
I think this gives us an opportunity. If the space creates phenomena meant to deceive us based on our imaginations, then we have to keep imagining, Traveler.
It almost feels like it's treating the player as really, really dumb or really, really young. Because like the first 3/4 of her conversation is either ground we've already tread before or conclusions that I've already come to because, you know, the game's throwing these conclusions in your face. Having Yanfei blatantly retread the ground, and then, you know, explicitly state what you should already have inferred from playing, just makes me think like that they're dumbing it down. Like, we're allowed to implicitly understand things, you know. You don't need to specify and state them. You could have just stated this last bit about imagining and skip the rest because it's already obvious.
If we try to stay calm and listen carefully, maybe, just maybe, we'll hear the Conqueror of Demons' voice again.
I gotta say, why haven't you tried this already? It's totally the first thing I would have done.
Can you feel that? Let me see. I think it's here.
I don't think the Traveler even bothered trying.
And break!
I don't think the world just reacts like that, but sure, we'll go with it.
I secretly learned Yelan's illusion-breaking method without her knowing. Really didn't expect that to work.
No, not gonna
The
touch
sound
it.
came from behind this illusion. Let's go in and take a look.
It must have been a sound that only Yanfei heard because I didn't hear anything. Is the gang coming along? Try to make contact with Xiao. Oh dear. I'm going this way.
It's getting clearer.
Nope, this way.
This is the chasm. What did British go through here?
Oh no!
Just
Missed him.
battle
The thingy.
Here's the
Oh, nope, it's activating anyway. Are you sure it's not just throwing his voice
voice
to put
is
me
much clearer
in a
now.
trapped
We're
area?
close.
I hate to break it to you, but I went to a dead end. Again, no sound effect with that. Does anyone else find that weird that there's no sound effect accompanying that rift? It's a spatial rift! Exclamation point.
Conqueror of Demons, can you hear me? It's Yanfei. The Traveler and I are trying to find you.
Xiao, are you there?
Traveler? Yanfei?
Well, your voice does sound much clearer.
It worked. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, you sound real peachy. We heard the sound of you fighting. What happened?
Listen to me. It's chaotic here. We may not be in the same space, but sometimes the sound can get through, which means these separate spaces intersect from time to time.
Everything is chaotic here.
Maybe you should come to us. Find a way to get to it. Yeah, it seems better for all together.
No.
Oh.
The darkness that sullies my soul is harmful to mortals.
Nah.
Right now, we have more dangerous things to worry about than that. This space is using our urge to find you to lure us into traps. Without you here with us, our search for you could very well lead us into danger.
So, what kind of logic is that? So, having Xiao in a separate space, us searching for him could put us into danger. Did it ever occur to you to just stop searching for him? If that's what's actively putting you in danger, then just don't do it. He seems to be surviving just fine on his own in his own little pocket dimension. Focus more on getting out of here, and then you'll be safe. What kind of brilliant logic is that? Please come.
So, you're in danger too?
Well, only in danger of being bored because there's nothing to do here. But no, I wouldn't say any of their lives are particularly in danger. Uh-oh, he said two.
There was no need for you to search for me.
I'm pretty much in agreement.
But we're worried about you. And earlier, the Traveler was tricked into entering a dangerous place.
I'm sorry, what? I don't think you remember that event quite the same that I do. She wasn't tricked into entering anywhere. She saw the abyss and she voluntarily walked into it. How is that being tricked? You're not tricked if you're making an informed decision. It's true.
How do we meet?
Come through the rift.
Conqueror of Demons, can you find out where our voices are coming from? Find the spot where our voices are the clearest and try something there. It might work.
Ooh, how specific, Yanfei.
I see. The spaces may intersect amidst the chaos. By try something, do you mean...
Hurry! If we miss this chance, we might not get another one.
Oop, there she goes.
Stand back!
Oh, he's coming through the non-portal. 3 exclamation points. Welcome to our hellhole. Damn, he is not having a good time, is he? He looks so tiny when he's crumpled down like that. What are you noticing? Ooh, he's actually injured. Badly injured? Badly injured? Dude, he has 2 tiny, well, the first one's not so tiny, but the second one's tiny. Tiny cuts on his arm and she says, "He looks badly injured." He looks fine. He needs a few stitches, but he's not bleeding. Unless he called that shit flying from him blood.
Let's get him back to the camp.
Are you practiced in medical techniques? So you can pop some stitches in that bad boy? That was a terrible transition because it faded to black. It shouldn't have faded to black. God, Paimon's still having issues. It means she's silent, which is great.
Now we can avoid getting split up.
God, he sounds like he's done for. Oh, his face has got a bit of a scratch too. Oh no, your pretty face.
Oh.
What? What? Thank you. Thank you. For what?
A lot's happened here, but this
What?
wasn't just for our own safety.
What?
You're injured. We can't just leave you alone.
Am I missing something? Or was that just not translated? What? Oh, thank you. What was that? Oh, man. Dude, he's a Yaksha. He would have survived, quite honestly. Why
It's
is his
just a
blood
flesh
still
wound.
flying? Exactly.
I am fine.
That's what I said.
I shouldn't let myself be a burden to you.
Obviously not in as many words, but it's what I said. Yeah. What's with the floaty blood? It's tripping me out. Is that normal for you?
You're not a burden. Don't think that for 1 second. We need you, all of us. For our sake, please, stay here, please.
But now we have the 5. Geo, cryo. No, we don't have cryo. Geo, hydro, pyro, electro, geo. Yeah, we've got 5 elements here. We're still missing 2, but that's okay. We don't have one of them as a character, and I don't know that cryo is particularly necessary here. So we have 5 elements here that will resonate in some way.
Fine. As you wish.
You're injured. Get some rest. Everything else can wait.
Yes, wait until you get better. Don't worry about anything else.
All right.
Xiao has closed his eyes and seems to be resting. Could he be dreaming? This is quite astonishing. He literally just closed his eyes. It is physically impossible to fall asleep that quickly. I suppose maybe if you've got narcolepsy, you might be able to. But for the average person, not going to happen. Is the Yaksha who never lowers his guard capable of having dreams? I imagine so. It's not really something one can control through force of will. No way home.
The one I... Is that... The plane... Aksha.
He's not sleeping. He looks so tiny. Oh, then again, I am no longer myself. I am now Aether, who is bigger than Xiao. But he looks so small. Anyway, who am I talking to? Yelan. Yelan. Oh, is she in the new space? Hold up. Oh, in the closed off space. Yeah, the line didn't go down. Well, they seem to be having an intimate discussion.
As expected, something strange is going on here.
No way! What a stupid statement to make.
Oh, Traveler?
Why are you surprised?
You're both here. Great. I want to talk to you.
Let's all talk. We'll put our heads together, because apparently 3 heads are better than 1. You, Yelan, and Yanfei share all the information you have with each other.
I also felt that the space was targeting us, but Yanfei managed to exploit its weakness. Leave it to Yanfei to find a loophole.
It wasn't really that genius an idea. It was kind of obvious.
Based on what just happened,
Oh, the grass
we
texture.
can now
Ugh.
confirm our suspicions that space and time function chaotically here. In addition, we must stay vigilant to avoid the traps set for us by this place. Now that we've found the Conqueror of Demons, the next thing we need to do is find a way out.
I mean, it's kind of been a priority the entire time, but sure, let's now put some effort into finding a way out.
I went back to the domain again just now. Although I couldn't find a new route, it wasn't a completely fruitless trip. My clan has practiced magic for generations, and has created some catalysts that only we know how to use. I recognized something like one of those catalysts in the domain. Unfortunately, it disappeared as soon as I approached it.
How unfortunate. Was it an illusion?
I think so, but it's hard to distinguish between reality and illusion here. I can't be sure. Also, I am the only one out of all of us who could know what it would look like. To me, that confirms that this place really is reading our minds.
Well, obviously. Otherwise, how would it have known all our deepest fears and, like, mirrored people we knew?
Just like with that door. It's like it's alive and testing us.
No way.
By reading our minds and showing us what we want, it creates the reality that we want to be true. Everything it does is either to get us to lower our guard or to wear us down. If that's the case, it can only have one goal: to trap us here until we die. What else could it be?
No, I don't think that's its goal at all.
We should prepare for the worst, but we mustn't give up.
I don't think you can join my world. FYI, I'm stuck in the chasm. Agreed.
I've always known there were secrets hidden in the chasm, but even the Qixing have never heard about anything like this.
Yelan, when we first ran into you, you said you had something to do. What were you referring to?
I was looking for the truth behind the monster invasion from Conria.
Why? What correlation do you have to Conria? Are you going to tell me your clan is descended from Conria?
Please keep everything I'm about to say to yourselves. No one else can know. Otherwise.
I really don't know what's so dangerous about this knowledge, but sure.
We got it.
Do we though? We ain't got shit, Yanfei.
500 years ago, a wave of dark beasts from Conria attacked the 7 nations of Tevat. Naturally, Liyue was also affected. Under Rex Lapis's command, the Millelith fought hard to hold the front line near the chasm. But these were vicious beasts, and this was the most desperate battle Liyue had ever faced. At a critical moment, someone distracted the monsters and led them away. Just when all hope seemed lost, the tide turned.
Next thing you know, the traveler travels through time and appears at this moment during the beast battle and manages to lure all the beasts away, therefore saving the future that she knows.
The Liyue army eventually won the war, but there were many who never returned. 2 of my ancestors took part in that war, and the one who made it back went insane. Everything about it was strange.
Okay, so it does involve her clan, but not in Conria, just as a result of the beast attack from Conria.
The current generation of Qixing knows very little about these events, and very few came back from the chasm alive. Finding out the truth has been a waiting game. The day the chasm was unsealed, I put in a request to be transferred here, so I could finally learn the truth of what happened back then.
I don't really know that the answers that you seek are still going to be here just lying on the rocks 500 years later.
But this place we've ended up in, and the possibilities we're facing, it's all far more terrifying than I'd imagined. We can't give up. Right now, our #1 priority has to be getting out of here alive.
The chasm, Conria, what happened 500 years ago? And what did Xiao see back in that other space? Who was he fighting against? Can we really get out of here in one piece? You see, we should do more of this in the game. Have far less Paimon, and just have more of the Traveler dwelling on her own thoughts and conclusions. It'd be great if she was voice acted, and I still don't know why they don't do that in this damn game. But this is way better than listening to Paimon. She has her own sort of like agency, rather than having to just rely on anything Paimon says.
Are you all right? You've suddenly gone quiet. It's not like you at all.
Not at all. She does have her moments of quietness.
Shh, we'll talk later. I'm just processing all the existing clues we have. Maybe the key to our escape is hidden in some detail I've overlooked. I have to go over everything again.
Why don't we just enter the domain again as a whole?
All right, well...
Oh, don't worry. I won't write down anything that you told us about.
No, I meant if you're going to analyze the facts, count me in.
I like how they just continually talk like I'm not here. But yeah, I would just enter the domain again. If we all just stand before it and demand that it manifest, it will manifest. Shinobu.
You don't look well. I guess things still haven't improved.
That is insulting. I look fine.
It's okay. You don't have to go into all the details. Sometimes I really envy the boss.
Why, 'cause he's oblivious. This little melon still having problems.
Hey, Ushi. Looks like our little lavender melon has fallen asleep, huh? Do you think she's dreaming? Man, she looks wiped out. It's kind of hard to see her like this. I mean, most of the time she never shuts up. Aw, poor thing.
Was the voice actor for Paimon unavailable for the entirety of this period of time? I gotta wonder if that's why they made Paimon silent.
Man, that little dude looks stunning too. I'm kind of worried about him. Oh, I sleep like this when I'm in jail. Good one. I do slumber like a king.
And why not?
Traveler, when did you get here?
Only been standing in front of you for a few moments, but hey, I'm invisible. Apparently. Oh, Xiao's awake. Oh, no, he's not. I take that back. Xiao's eyes are tightly shut, and he's not making a sound. No one has the heart to interrupt him. Yeah, not when he's like resting and recovering from his wounds, which are no longer floating blood. I'd kind of leave him as is, but I still think we should all just manifest in front of the domain.